Hey everybody, welcome to another Rackspace Office Hours Hangout. My name's Alan and I'm broadcasting live not from the castle, actually from my home in San Antonio, Texas. We got a fun show today. We're going to be talking a little bit about WordCamp. So all of us that are here today have one thing in common, and that is that we all attended WordCamp San Antonio last weekend. Yeah,
2015.
And enjoyed it.
the inaugural WordCamp, and so it was a great conference, and I really enjoyed my opportunity to be there.
Corey Ashton, Scott Kroom, Wayne McWilliams, all from Webtegrity here in San Antonio. What a bunch. These guys, we've been coordinating this for quite some time now, and I think, as you mentioned earlier, what a success. I mean, I think in their own words, exceeded expectations.
I'll just go ahead and tack on a little something about that. I saw a lot of people have passion for WordPress that I had not seen before for a particular piece of software. So they were just really anxious to learn and really excited about being there. I didn't hear any kind of disparaging remark about the software. They were just very anxious to dive in and get started. I know the Zero to WordPress one was one of the biggest. That was like one of the first morning sessions, and it appeared to be like standing room only almost. When I explained to him that to really do a good WordPress site, you need 3 disciplines, and it's you need somebody who knows design and how to lay out a page, what's going to look good for your audience, whether it be technical or artistic or whatever like that. Then you need a good content writer, somebody who's going to write the content and put it on the site. And then the final thing is somebody who knows the mechanics, the infrastructure, the technical pieces. And all 3 got to come together. Now, sometimes when I built websites, it was me and somebody else, and we wore multiple hats. But when you think about it, those are the 3 basic disciplines to really deploy a quality functional WordPress site.
It's me because I think this world is very valuable. I think the opportunity to create a platform on which you can share your message with the world is only something that's been around for an incredibly short period of time. I mean, even if you go back to like the Gutenberg world, where we're finally publishing books on a mechanized and comparatively massive scale, I mean, this is really taking that concept and amplifying it incredibly. And so the fact that those tools are at the disposal of so many people, and they're realizing it, and they're getting involved, and they're learning, that's fantastic.
Then finally, the last bullet point is deploying e-commerce. There was a lot of people there who were building sites, or they were building themes for people who wanted to sell stuff. They wanted to sell goods or services, so they were using WordPress to do that. And so they had a lot of questions about, how do I sell my content on WordPress?
Well, I think the venue was fantastic. The number of people who showed interest is going to necessitate a larger location next time. I imagine that it'll only be a bigger event in 2016. And one of the only issues that I had was that a lot of times they would be double booked talks that I wanted to see both of. And that's going to be the case at any conference you go to. If there are enough breakout sessions, there's always going to be that contention of I'd love to see what's going on in that room, and I'd love to hear what's coming out of the other room, and you can only go to one. But a way I'd like to see that addressed is potentially having different rooms kind of focus on different tracks, so the UX people could kind of stay close to a room, because most of the UX conversations are going to be happening in that room, and then developers in a different room for plugins or themes, content people, operators, that kind of thing. I think that could provide some value to allow more of the talks to be linear and kind of keep a theme to a area, but I still think there's going to be enough great content that you'll have to make a decision. It's always the case in every conference I've ever been to, and will likely be the case in the future. But with a larger venue, it might open up some other of those options, and I'd like to see something along those lines to provide people who are going for a very narrow-focused reason to be able to get all of that content they possibly can.
Well, I'll just echo everything the guy said. I think for me too, a bigger venue would be, well, of course, would be great. More people, more tracks, and personally, more people to help me out at the booth, so Bill and I can sneak away and see some of these, some of these great sessions.
I'd also kind of like to see more from the San Antonio WordPress community. So I know that we have meetups that are there. I'm going to try to make a couple of those more throughout the year, and you know maybe we can have like a little mini developer day or something like that every quarter, every 6 months, something like that, just so we can kind of keep up some of the momentum. I would love to be able to participate again next year. If they would have sold me a ticket on the way out the door, I would have bought a couple of them. Yeah, definitely hope to be there again next year and keep on going after that.